Hello.
Hello, are you alright?
Are you asking me or are you asking the listener?
You.
Oh, okay.
Are you okay?
No, don't go all Holly Willoughby on me. It's just not necessary.
No, Holly Willoughby under no circumstances is necessary.
Well, fair point, yeah.
Yes. Get that Holly away from our Strictly.
Oh, is that what the campaign is? You see, I'm more of the on no accounts must Amanda Holden be allowed anywhere near it.
No.
So
Maybe we should have 2 men instead of 2 women on Strictly, just to...
How about John Barrowman and another man? Oh, okay, maybe not.
Okay. He would. Though,
Hello.
Wouldn't he? But that'd be the John Barrowman show.
You're listening to the Problematic Suggestions podcast.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Albumble.
Presented by ESC Armchair.
Yes.
I always put that in
Yes.
the metadata for the thing.
Do you?
I don't think we ever mention it on the podcast.
No, we don't.
So I'll perhaps add that. So
that's good.
yes.
Yes. It's Albumble, where we review the albums we didn't view the first time round. I'm Ann.
I'm not.
Hey. Maybe that's what we should just call the podcast from now on. I'm Ann. I'm not.
And I'm not.
And I'm not.
Yes.
Okay. We review albums.
You said that bit.
I know, yeah, but I'm just reiterating the point of the podcast.
Okay.
We listen to some albums that maybe we didn't do at the time, kind of missed out in our repertoire, and we fill in the gaps. Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah. Yes. So, should we start by saying this episode is concerning the 1988
Something.
album?
The vaguely end of 80s album.
The late 80s album. F.L.M. by Mel Kim.
Mel Kim. Which basically, I thought this might be an interesting album to choose, because I think by looking at one stock Aitken and Waterman album, we can basically review all of them.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to be reviewing any Kylie or Jason albums from the stock Aitken and Waterman era, and I think that just leaves Rick Astley.
Yes.
So, although I wouldn't be...
Sonia!
Oh God, forgot Sonia. Everyone forgets Sonia. That's the problem, isn't it?
Yes. So, yes, so that's what we're going to be... Oh,
no, that's all right. I just thought I'd actually have a look and make sure that what I'd said earlier about
that's
it being...
true, look.
It was released in 1987.
Yeah, so there you go. Late 80s.
Yes. But not 1988, as I'd said.
Yeah, but that was a good guess, though, off the top of your head.
Thank you.
Yes.
Right.
Have we got anything else to say or do?
We can congratulate Pulp for being nominated for the Mercury Prize this year,
and then winning,
commiserate for not winning, because an album of Bruce Springsteen B-sides is apparently the best album that these Isles have produced.
Yes.
And Welly wasn't even in the top 10,
No.
which is completely wrong. But anyway... yes. So I don't know if we've got anything else to say regarding that.
Should we just
hit the music?
Hit the sting for the. Do we have a sting for a?
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Oh, right.
I'll hit the sting. Roxanne. Now, I only think it's fair that we start this review in the only way we should do, which is by going do-doom, do-do-do-doom. Yes.
As every stock Aitken and Waterman track seems to start.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
It's very... as I said earlier, you can kind of put all of them in the pot, and we could be mentioning any of them, really, any of the tracks and artists.
Yes.
Stick a bit of Hazeldean in there.
Yeah.
A bit of the Reynolds Girls.
Yeah. What, with their song?
With their one song, yeah.
Yeah.
And Dead or Alive. they were a bit...
Yeah, I feel Dead or Alive did have a bit of a career beforehand.
Yes, but their big hit was very much moulded, helped.
Yeah, I think if anything, You Spin Me Round has aged rather better than a lot of the late 80s Hit Factory stuff.
Although I think the fact that a lot of these... What was that? PLW?
PWL.
PWL numbers... I wouldn't say that they've aged badly. They've aged.
Yeah.
But I think the fact that we have this in and out 80s sound with the kind of tinny synths and stuff does make this kind of oeuvre, this genre of music very easily recognisable.
It's certainly distinctive, yes, we can say that. So shall we start with the title track of the album, which is track 1, side 1, which is F.L.M.
F.L.M, F.L.M.
Yes.
Which stands for...
Well, it's either Fun, Love and Money.
I think that's the safer work version.
That's the PG version. There has been a Pete Waterman tale which has done the round for years, which is that Mel Appleby's catchphrase pretty much was "fucking lovely, mate."
Which, I can kind of understand that.
Might be true. I think what's more true is that Stock Aitken and Waterman fucking love money.
Yes. Well...
See also the video to This Is the Chorus by Morris Minor and the Majors, a.k.a. Tony Hawks.
Yes.
For more information on that.
Yeah.
I know this was a single.
Yeah.
But I think this is absolutely piss thin.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't... It feels like this was thrown together, sort of, you have the title, but there weren't really any other ideas that came with it.
Yeah.
Anyway, you carry on.
I think I feel like the only reason this is side 1, track 1 is because it's the name of the song, the album.
Yes.
I don't know whether they called it the album and then they had a song, they made a song with the title in it. I don't know. It does feel like a slightly... I mean, obviously, this album is slightly top-heavy because we have the first 3 singles.
The only 3 singles. The only 3 properly released singles.
As the first 3 songs on the album.
Yeah.
So I guess possibly that's why it's the first one out.
Yeah.
I think... I feel there's a slight Spanish feel with the kind of piano riff.
Yeah.
And I almost feel like it would have been quite interesting to have had a real instrument version of this to make it feel a bit more flamenco-y, Spanish-y.
You see,
something.
The danger that you're stepping into in that territory is you're saying, what I'd like is candlelight versions.
No, I don't want that. No.
None of these songs are going to stand up. No, none of these, the 3 singles, I don't think would stand up.
But I think something with a bit more kind of maybe depth behind it.
Yeah.
Very simple construction to the song with short verses and relatively short choruses, which are then kind of changed quite often. And there is an odd bit in the middle, which is kind of like spoken.
Yeah.
Which kind of gives a little bit of not an instrumentation break.
I think it's trying to add some weight to it, which... given how wafty it is, I think is always going to be a challenge.
And going back to what I was saying earlier about these 3 songs being the first singles, or the singles, it's also of note that these 3 tracks on the album are longer than the single versions. So one could say that there was I don't know if they were padded out for the album, or whether they were shrunk down
I'm
as
guessing
singles.
these are the extended versions that were on the 12-inch single. Yeah, F.L.M. doesn't suffer from that quite as much as the following tracks do.
Yes.
It's going to be a recurring theme through this, that I think there's an awful lot of very lazy production going on. The fact that I think pretty much every track on this album just fades out as opposed to having a proper finish to it. And some of them even fade out during vocals. And it just, the whole thing feels unforgivably slapdash to me.
I think that was the thing at the time, though, wasn't it? Most of the time, it was very much fade out songs.
I do recall Radio 1, not Radio 1. I do recall sort of feedback things saying, why don't songs have proper endings anymore?
Yeah.
And yeah, there is a lot of that going on here.
Yes.
So, on to track 2, which is Showing Out, open brackets, Get Fresh at the Weekend, Showing Out, close brackets.
Yes. So, this is much longer than the single version.
Yes.
And the introduction to this bit with the kind of choppy synths and the showing out is much longer than the single version. Goes on much longer than you expect. You can kind of hear in the instrumentation a kind of nod to the Chicago house, that kind of hollow, kind of drum beat type thing. Lots of bits. The verses and the choruses are, well, the verses are quite long, and then the chorus is quite snappy. It's literally just the one line.
Yes.
Effectively. And there's lots of little bits that kind of chop up together to make a half decent song.
Yes. I think the fact that this longer version is on the album is something that would have intensely annoyed me if I'd bought this in 1987. Because all the bits of random speech from the studio session, which were obviously bound for the cutting room floor, should have stayed there. Frankly, it doesn't add anything to it.
No.
We've got one of these things where everything is being thrown at the production. There's all this nonsense being thrown in the production on there, and what you're doing is stretching out a 3-minute pop song to be something that just feels like an absolute chore. I think the fact that people will have got this album and then will have heard this version, I think this will have irritated a lot of people. Yeah. Because I think the single version is much better.
Sharp,
it's punchier.
Yeah.
It doesn't have any faff in it.
Yes.
I also wanted to mention that I think the bass line in this was used pretty much hook, line and sinker in a 2008 track, which Pete Hammond, who was one of the recording engineers on this, has done loads of mixes since then. Not very well known. It's a bit of a deep dive we're taking you on here. There was a group called Mini Viva, who were, I think they were a Xenomania project.
Yes.
In 2008, they released a single called "I Left My Heart in Tokyo."
Okay.
And there's a Pete Hammond remix of that, which pretty much uses the bass line of this to great effect and demonstrates how this should sound if it's actually put together properly.
Yes.
I appreciate it's another 20 years on. The technology has moved on immeasurably in that time. But I can't now listen to the long version of this without thinking, I'd much rather be listening to Mini V.
Oh, said no one ever.
I'm pretty sure, it's just me. So, that's my only thing to add on that. Track 3 is... I don't know, is Respectable the big single?
Yes.
So, okay.
So I think that's the only one of them that went to number 1.
Yes.
You
see, I think
that's the song. If you said to somebody, "Oh, do you remember Mel Kim?"
Yeah.
They would probably go Respectable. They'd probably start doing their chorus of that.
And I think Showing Out and Respectable are the two
Yes,
singles. I think F.L.M is much less.
They only released 4 singles.
Yeah.
In the UK.
And only did 3 of them properly.
And I think they all got top 10.
Yeah.
So, but then again, music in the 80s was slightly different.
Yes.
So, again, this is a longer version of Respectable, which does, again, go on a little bit. It's not quite as snappy as the original version. I wasn't hit, but I found it interesting listening. I don't know whether it was this version or whether it's just something because I was intently listening to it. I was really taken by the harmonies in the chorus. You could really hear the layers of voices that were all singing slightly different versions of so that was quite interesting. What I also thought was that this song in particular really encapsulates the attitude almost of Mel and Kim.
Yes, yes.
And it's quite nice to hear a song that has attitude lyrics without being me or being your shit.
Yeah.
Or without sweat, but literally without it. It's being
classy.
And if you also think about the way that they were styled, in particular the version of Mel and Kim I'm thinking of, where they have the wide brimmed hats and the slightly bolero jackets and the baggy pants type thing. They were it was classy, but it was classy at Topshop.
Yeah.
It was like, it's like I can watch this and I can watch the video. I can imagine, that especially, so maybe slightly teenagery I'm thinking of rather than little kids going, oh, I can be Mel and Kim because I can buy that in the shop.
Yeah.
And I can do, I'm not trying to say that they were basic or whatever, but the way that they looked and the way that they danced, and even to a point, the way that they sung wasn't particularly highbrow.
No.
But it was very attainable and very relatable.
Yes.
But again, it was not being, I'm better than you, or I hate you, I'm going to pull you down. It was just very...
It was quite face value as well. It was literally take us or leave us. This is what we are.
Yes.
And we're not bothered what you think.
Yes.
Which, if you look in comparison to not only what is contemporary now, but what has been sort of the I suppose 20 years post Spice Girls vibe of which is very much what you were saying. I think this works a lot better as the extended version than Showing Out did.
Yes.
The presence of the vocal samples throughout still irritates really heavily. On the album in its original form, this very much does feel like the hit to me.
Yes.
Which I appreciate. Obviously, that's what the singles chart market also decided it was. Yes. So, track 4, and the last track on side 1, because everybody bought this on vinyl or cassette. Only the rich kids who would have been buying it for $15.99 from John Menzies on CD. The last track on side 1 is Feel a Whole Lot Better, which is... I don't think this is as obvious as stock Aitken and Waterman production.
Yes, which is kind of a nice change, really, isn't it?
It's an absolute blessed relief, frankly.
It does make you feel like they could have rejigged these 4 songs slightly so that there did feel like a little bit more variation.
I would personally have had one starting side 2
Yes.
of the hits.
Yes.
This to me feels a lot more European.
Yeah.
Because to me there's a distinction between the stock Aitken and Waterman sound and the Europop sound. And this has gone much more to the Europop sound of it. I was almost expecting, looking up the credits for this, to see that this was not sort of a straight stock Aitken and Waterman production. It was,
yeah.
But it does show that they didn't have to keep doing the same thing over and over.
Yeah.
They were capable of doing other things. Whether this would have been successful in any other format, in any other level of exposure, I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, what?
Yes. So this to me, I felt was slightly more soulful.
Yes,
I think, and the very beginning of the verse basically made me think of Le Freak.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that pressure got you down. It's that. It's almost the same kind of riff.
Yes.
On that. But it is nice to have something that did have a slightly different sound to the first 3 songs on the album. So I wouldn't say it was just a change of gear.
Yes.
Rather than a kind of change of quality, should we say?
Yes. Yeah. And it also, as soon as you get away from all of those production gimmicks,
yes,
and all of the bits of vocal room scrap that they're adding to it, I think it grows up an awful lot, and there's an awful lot more to take away from it than there is with the hits.
Yeah.
So right, so we're going to turn the album over now. Track 1, side 2 is I'm the One Who Really Loves You. Now, I noticed a theme here listening to these, that as soon as we get away from the hits, we are dealing with a lot more sort of, not ballads necessarily, although we do have that to come.
Yes.
We're dealing with songs that are more sensitive, or songs that are marginally less brash.
Okay, yep.
Again, this doesn't have the trademark stock Aitken and Waterman sound.
Yeah.
Although there are more, I think, of their elements in here than there is in Feel a Whole Lot Better. Yes. Interesting. Again, I think this is quite an interesting song. But for me, completely ruined by the fact it just sort of seems to be going somewhere and then just fades out.
Yes.
It gets to the point, no, that's all right, we've done enough of that now. Yeah. We'll just fade it out.
Yeah, I wonder if this is... I don't think this is something we would have talked about necessarily in 1987, but I'm getting the feeling like we've put the stall out of the 3 songs of the Mel and Kim brand.
Yes.
And now we've taken the shackles off and done a few other bits, but we're sticking these on the other side.
Yeah.
So they're like test. These are the other things we and the lasses can do.
Yes.
But we're pushing these 3 as the brand.
Yeah.
Which is, I kind of think we see a lot. Well, I say we see a lot of, but I think we like more seeing people doing different things.
Yeah.
So
no, it's all right. I've just had a thought.
Go on.
I think there should be a phrase for when you sort of make your musical work sound immediately like it's going to be one thing, and then it turns out to be something rather different.
Right.
The phrase I'm proposing for this is Babylon Zooing.
This is the yes.
Yeah, I think that there is a bit of that going on there. I am curious as to how the hit factory of stock Aitken and Waterman can be making things that are sort of almost quite, I don't know, I don't want to say bland because that sounds harsh.
Vanilla.
Yeah, they're a bit more vanilla.
Identikit.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
To the method.
It does feel like there is not a great deal of effort being put into some of these songs, and I think if there
possibly was at the time.
Yeah.
But then I think they possibly got confined by, we have this method.
Yeah.
We have this idea. We're just going to do that for all of the songs.
Yeah.
We do this for the hits, and then we do something slightly different for the guff on side 2.
Yes.
But that's not necessarily guff. It's just something different.
I feel like this could be a lot better if they put a bit more effort into it, instead of just loading up the extended versions on side 1 with loads of cocking about.
Yes.
Well,
this song in particular is interesting because Mel and Kim were not the first people to record this song.
Oh, right, okay.
So it was recorded earlier in 1986 by a man called Austin Howard.
Okay, I'm sure I used to drive one of those.
Yes. And I don't know what that version sounds like or whatever, but obviously it was then given to Mel and Kim.
Did that make it to release? Or?
Now, interestingly, this was remixed for the US market and got into the dance chart. Well, their version did anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know about Mr.
I can't spell now.
Oh, we're doing...
I was just going to look up Austin Howard.
Oh, there he is. Oh, he does look like he... Yeah.
There we go.
So, there we go. Look, there he is.
Very interesting.
Oh, there you go. This version was then remixed. I think we had a handful of remixes by Civilis and Cole.
Oh, right, okay.
And then got into the dance music chart. Dance club music charts in America.
Yeah. Oh, no, that is interesting.
So, yeah.
F.L.M.
Yes.
Right, okay.
Okay.
We will move on from that. Now have established that. So was that released in the... I'm guessing it was, if it was on 10 Records. Yeah, that was released in the UK as well.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
So, I wonder if... of course, it's got a writing credit for Stock Aitken and Waterman.
Yes, it's their song.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Phil. Yeah, all the usual people on there. So, right, okay. So, track 6 is More Than Words Can Say, which I think it's fairly safe to say we found the ballad.
Yes.
And this sounds like every Stock Aitken and Waterman ballad.
Yes. Now, this song does have an interesting quirk to it.
Right.
Because this song only features Kim.
Oh, I haven't spotted that.
So, I did a bit of searching about, and I found a clip of her talking about Mike Stock pulled her to one side and said, "We've got the song, I only want you to sing it."
Oh,
and she was a bit like, why? So, basically, in a nutshell, it was seen that Mel had the more soul, gospel-y, did all the tricks and runs type of voice.
Yeah.
And Kim had the more straightforward pop
voice. Yeah.
And Mike Stock decided, I don't want it being fussy.
No.
I just want... So this is just a Kim song.
Okay, I hadn't spotted that.
Now, when you then listen to it again, you realise, and I don't mean this in a disparaging way to Kim Appleby, but you then realise how thin this song feels.
Yes.
Because you're so used to their voices, obviously being sisters, having very similar timbre and having very similar kind of sounding voices.
Yeah.
That everything feels a bit richer, a bit more deeper.
Yeah.
And this, you can feel that kind of doubling of vocals is is missing.
Yeah.
It's a rather basic ballad with some rather passé, tropey lyrics.
Yeah.
However, you then think of, you know, the meaning of this song related to the fact that Mel then died.
Yeah.
Actually is quite touching.
Yes.
Because if you think about, instead of talking about a lover in a kind of way, in the way that the song is meant, and then thinking about it in terms of Kim losing her sister, gives a slightly different meaning to it.
Yes. Okay. Track 7 is the American-influenced mid-tempo Janet Jackson 5-star filler track System. Again, I didn't find it particularly annoying, but it's also not finished properly. And it's this feels like this had a lot more work to be done on it, and the fade at the end is like it was edited with a spork.
Yes. So this song also has a really interesting history.
Right.
Because this song was going to be the first single.
Really?
Yes. So this was going to be the first single. And then I think Stock, Aitken and Waterman realised this is not punchy enough.
No.
We need something. And that is when Showing Out came.
Yeah.
So Showing Out then became the A-side and System was the B-side.
Yes.
It would have been a very different world.
Yeah,
if
it
this
certainly
song
would have, yeah.
had been the... It's got that slightly soulful kind of chord structure and vocal. And then there's some strange layering that goes on in the second half. But I don't know whether what you just said about it having very little work put into it was because they lost interest in it, or that was the finished product and then they actually went, do you know what, this actually isn't good enough.
I don't know whether they were aware enough to think this sort of American dance sound, I keep saying the Janet Jackson 5-star sound, whether they sort of realised that by late 86 that was starting to sound dated.
Yeah.
And that was starting to, they were obviously learning there were new sounds coming on through that they wanted to make. Obviously that they'd be the producers of a great deal of.
Yeah.
So I suspect it's the fact that they thought, why are we rehashing something that's already been done? Mm-hmm. By all those, and Jodie Watley as well was making that sort of sound. So I suspect it's sort of a case of they've decided, why are we doing this again? There's no need for us to do that. So track 8 is From a Whisper to a Scream. There are a few interesting things about this. I don't know if I'm going to preempt anything you're going to say.
Go on.
So there's a question mark over the writing credit on this.
Okay, yeah.
Apparently on some issues, some releases, it was credited to A&A for the lyrics, which was, some people have speculated means Appleby and Appleby.
Yes.
However, there is nothing in the archives to suggest it's anything other than a Stock, Aitken and Waterman concoction again. The bass line on this sounds very Pete Hammond to me. It's got that groove to it again. The opening verse, I think, threatens to be something far more atmospheric and exciting than the standard Stock, Aitken and Waterman fare. It sort of achieves that. I like the jingling synths throughout the verses and the harmonised chorus, which I think are a more European sound than anything else. And I think it's a lot more. This is a lot more forward thinking than anything else on the album. It's probably aged better. Again, bloody fade out on this because. No need. Yeah, I think this possibly is
because you're getting quite near to the end of the album, and we've had a slight change of gear on the second side.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
And this actually kind of perks it up slightly. This is, I don't want to say it's something different, but there is a definite another gear change almost. This has got something extra about it. In particular, I found the chorus quite listenable.
Yeah.
The chorus is quite chunky and quite melodic. There's a lot going on, which with especially some of the Mel and Kim singles, the choruses are quite monosyllabic and quite not spoken, but they're quite monotone.
Yeah.
Whilst this is a lot more, I'm showing off the vocals, I'm going up and I'm going down, and there's actually a lot of vocal work going on. So yeah, this is quite an interesting little number at the end of the album.
Yes. I think this is something that, again, with a bit more time and effort applied to it, could have become a really interesting single to release after.
Yes.
To be honest, after Respectable and Showing Out, to say, oh, by the way, we can do this as well.
Yes.
And have something there that's actually a more properly structured song than a lot of the other stuff. Yeah, I think that's about all I have to share on that. The album goes out on a whimper.
Yeah.
The album goes out with Who's Gonna Catch You, which feels to me like a stock Aitken and Waterman chorus idea that they've reluctantly dragged out to be a whole song.
Yeah, I quite enjoyed the differences between the verses and the choruses.
Yeah.
With the slow monotonous bits and then the slightly faster syllabic choruses. I actually said that this was a slightly less sassy version of Respectable.
Yeah.
It's kind of like it does go back to that kind of feeling. I also feel like this Identikit would have made quite an interesting Eurovision song, because it's quite, you get through the verses and the choruses quite quickly.
Yeah.
Although I don't think Mel and Kim would ever have done Eurovision.
Do you not?
I don't know.
I suppose part of the problem with an act like them is there is always a lot going on in the production with layering of vocals.
Yes, and also they would have been made to use the orchestra.
Yeah. I don't know, an orchestral version of Showing Out could work quite well.
You never know.
Yeah. Again, this sort of poddles along for 3 minutes and then sort of whimpers out.
Yeah.
Which I feel says a lot about how this album has been put together entirely, to be honest.
Yes.
Because it does have the whole feeling of this was thrown together in a couple of months to a deadline that had already passed.
Possibly.
Which...
But then again, they also had I don't want to say they had so many acts.
Oh, they did,
But they were juggling so many pies, to mix some metaphors.
Yeah.
They were juggling so many pies that they probably didn't have time and effort to stick on one act, because they were trying to get other people's stuff done, which sounded exactly the same.
Yes. Yeah. There we go.
Yes.
I think that just about concludes that, doesn't it?
So the question is...
Yes.
The question we have asked ourselves several times is, sadly, what do you think might have happened to Mel and Kim if Mel had not passed away when she did? Because the fact is, not to be rude to Kim Appleby, she did have a handful of hits in the early 90s, but then faded away.
For me, the problem with Kim Appleby's solo career was that I think there was an expectation that everything she did would be sort of far more toned down and soulful.
Yes. But that was Mel's
kind
of genre.
I mean, Don't Worry will always be a pop banger.
Yes.
It's so difficult to say because I don't think any other Stock Aitken and Waterman group had this level of success.
No.
Obviously, we have Kylie, we have Jason. To an extent, we have Rick Astley as well.
Yes.
Who were all able to go on and have a career of some type.
Yes.
Beyond the hit factory. But I think it's going to be one of those great unknowns.
Yeah.
I mean, they could have come the rave era, sort of year 89,
Yes.
90. They could have been, if the fancy had taken, they could have got involved with that.
Yeah.
And who knows what could have been produced.
I can also imagine going much further in the future.
Yeah.
That, you know, they would have been the headline act at the 80s weekends.
Oh, God, yeah.
Wouldn't they?
Yeah.
They would have been at the top.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think there's any doubt of that.
Yeah.
So, or they might have fallen out and never spoken to each other again. Which I don't think is...
that bombshell!
Well, I mean, there are plenty of...
Oh, yes.
Of rock and pop siblings who do not get on anymore.
No.
I'm afraid to say.
Yes.
But, I don't think it would have happened with them.
No. But I think possibly they might have split up, but not in an acrimonious way.
No.
More in a, one of them wants to do the kind of, go down the kind of slightly Whitney Houston-y.
Yeah.
And the other one would have gone down the Europop.
Possibly,
route.
Yeah.
Rather than any kind of...
Yeah.
Kind of, we don't talk to each other anymore.
Yeah.
Type thing.
Okay. Well, that
Right.
concludes that then.
Yes! As a final little aside, I'm actually quite surprised that 30-ish years on,
Yeah.
or even in the past 30 years, we haven't had anybody do like Mel and Kim cover versions.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah.
Or, dare I say, Mel and Kim lip syncs on Drag Race.
That would be
Because
awesome.
I tell you what, I want Tia Coffee and Tace. You know, if they did Let's Dance for Comic Relief,
Yeah.
I'd want those two dressed up in the gear, doing the dance routine. That would be
Yeah.
just amazing.
Yeah, I'm here for that.
Because, you know, the category is 80s realness, and then they get the people doing the lip sync to respectable.
Yeah.
Because, you know, that's another thing. I think they would be slightly, especially with Mel, if she had have got ill and come back, they would have been like the gay icons. You know, coming back from adversity.
Yeah.
They you know, can we get Kim Appleby as the special guest on? I'm sure she'd do it. I bet she's cheap. Not as in she's cheap, but I bet it wouldn't take her a lot
Are you
of
saying,
money.
I bet she has good availability?
Yes,
Right, okay.
I am. So yes. Anyway, that was a bit shouty.
Okay,
I didn't mean
that's
to be.
all right.
So do we now? I have got a little insert here.
Right.
You know, at the beginning we said we don't often say, oh, it's by escarmchair.
Yeah.
Well,
That's all right, carry on.
okay. You know how I say this is by escarmchair?
Yes.
And we never mention it. Well, you know what it's coming up to, don't you, darling?
Right, I've got something to tell you. I'm taking Jesk off this year. Okay.
Okay, it's just going to be me and the boy then.
Yeah, that seems
Okay,
fine to me.
fine.
Perhaps I can be the recording engineer.
Yes.
Just occasionally sat there going, rubbish, in the background.
Yes. So, normally Jesk is on the arse end of November.
Yeah.
This year, it's slap bang in the middle of December.
Oh, Merry Christmas,
Which
everyone.
is, very... So what I am proposing is that we do a normal podcast
Right.
for the 1st of December,
Okay.
but we'll do some recording because most of the songs haven't even come out yet.
No, okay.
So if we do some recording and just make sure that they are out before Jesk is on.
Okay.
So we might do a bit of recording before December, and maybe a bit after, but then we'll try and get them out at some point.
You're listening to an on-air production meeting by ESC Armchair and Al Bumble.
Yeah, so that might be you, that might be me, that might be just me and the boy.
Okay.
In the bedroom.
We'll see.
No, we don't know, like, as in we'll do it upstairs and there's other... Stop. What's happening there?
This is sounding very wrong.
Me and Marcus will sit upstairs with the doors fully open, listening to music.
Would you like me to go and get you a
sounds.
shovel, darling?
Anyway, what are we doing on December's podcast?
I've had a flash of inspiration.
Okay.
You've not got to laugh when I tell you this. I'm going to nominate the album Indian Summer by Go West. Which is funny for reasons that will become apparent on the next podcast.
Yes.
So
that's a good one.
Are you happy with that? Right?
Yes, we'll do that.
Okay, I think this is 1989.
Where can we find this album, darling?
Well, I understand there was briefly a copy available on Discogs on minidisc.
Was there?
But apparently it's been sold.
Okay.
So, yes. Yes, that will. That's on all your streamers, or buy a copy of the CD for a couple of quid down the Chazza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's what we've got to look forward to next time on Escarmchair presents Album Ball. The podcast where we look at albums.
We view albums. We didn't view the first time round.
We view albums hanging from a shed roof.
Yes. If you want to get in touch, you can find us at albumble on Twitter, or you can find us on Blue Sky. Find us on albumble.podbean.com, I think it is. Or you can just put Albumble in your podcast place of choice. I ran out of breath. Right.
Yes.
Do you need to catch a bus now, dear?
I do.
Okay.
But, I mean, in the next 20 minutes.
Okay.
I actually need to go and put some trousers on now.
Surely not. Oh, dear. Right. Thank you for listening.
Yes.
We'll see you soon.
We might be slightly less shambolic next time, but I wouldn't put any money on it.
No.
Right.
Tell us what you think about Mel and Kim. Not Kim and Mel.
No, wasn't that not Mel and Kim as well?
I don't know. There's some... Yeah, there's always a bit of, you mean the Christmas song?
Yeah.
But I don't know. No, not that one.
It's quite a good Christmas song.
It is. But
anyway.
Not by that Mel and Kim.
No.
Right.
Thank you for your company.
Thank you.
See you soon.
Bye.